So then I left the scene of the accident because my
Gets better.
because my mother was at the high school for parent teacher. So I got my friend to take me over to the high school to get my mother. She was actually with my physics professor at my physics. Professor.
Interesting how you were conducting a physics experiment yourself at the same time.
Yeah.
Acceleration, mass, whatever.
Yeah. So what happens when one immovable force hits another immovable force? So then, I came back and the cops were there and they put me in the car and they grilled me and they wanted to give me a breathalyzer and I was 16, right? Why'd you leave? Why'd you leave the accident? Why'd you leave? It's like, oh, I just got my license. I didn't know what to do. I went to get my mother. And
Wow.
then there's this other time.
Does this feel good to do this in front of your mom?
Oh, she already knows all this stuff.
Okay.
So
I'm enjoying it.
Actually, I was just driving. It was an icy evening, and I was going slow because of the road conditions. But I saw ahead there was like an S-shaped turn coming up, not a really sharp one, but enough. And I saw that there was a police car right on the turn. Right on the turn, and I saw that there was a vehicle in the ditch on the other side, and I was driving Dad's two-wheel, the same black two-wheel truck, right? Two-wheel drive truck. And I just started to slow down, and it was all black ice on the entire road on that S-shaped turn, and the stupid cop parked right on the turn, right on the ice. And as I was slowing down, I wasn't speeding to start with, but as I was slowing down, the accident just started fishtailing.
Yeah.
So I sideswiped the cop car.
That's very Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah. So, yeah. At least the cop knew, like, there was nothing I could do, so I didn't get in trouble for that. Anyway, so I've been in my fair share of accidents.
No corner standing from that?
No corner standing. I think I was past my corner standing time.
Was this like 2 weeks ago, or is it like in the distant past?
I was like 16, 17. I was still in high school.
Okay. Yeah.
Anyway, so we went from, and the discussion took a deep turn from what I'm doing with this show to my past. Well,
again, it's all about accelerating the authority, and you clearly know how to accelerate.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Learn to brake a little bit.
Yeah. Need a little work on the braking part, but
there is such a thing as accelerating too fast, you know.
Yeah. But I can definitely accelerate the authority of how fast I can just wreck a truck by puking in it or getting into an accident.
Maybe there's an info product there somewhere.
Yeah. But
so you're doing at some point this is going to be like a coaching thing, and that's really the purpose behind this. All right.
Purpose, yeah. So we'll create an info product that basically walks people through all the steps and how to actually do this. Finding the outsourcers, getting the help that they need to sort of repurpose all the information. So
I think the equipment, like how to do it, is like a big, at least for me, that's a big hang up for all sorts of, I force myself to learn some stuff, but I hate it. I'm always nervous about using any technology.
Yeah, so with that will come the sort of the upsell of the done for you services, right? Where we actually just, even over Skype, where I'll just spend an hour a week for 15 weeks and just have conversations, ask questions, talk to the person. Maybe talk to some of their clients just to gather all of the information that we need. And so basically the client will end up only spending 1 hour a week for 15 weeks. And then we'll actually take all the content and do it all for them. So repurpose it, create a book, podcast, a couple different podcasts, content for their website, for YouTube, tweets, social engagement, all of that stuff will be done for them. So.
How many books have you written so far?
Two. And so this one here will be the third, but I've got a couple of other real estate ones that I need to do before Christmas as well. So one on foreclosures, and I created a real estate or a rent-to-own course. So I'm going to create another rent-to-own book that goes along, and a guide that goes along with the actual course. So.
And you were offline bitching and moaning about how lazy you are about actually doing real estate, but you're still doing it, right?
No, I'm still doing it. I'm the part owner of a nationwide company, so we actually still do real estate, and I still do marketing for real estate. But me actually going out, well, it's prioritizing my time. I'm going to spend my time going to meet homeowners and doing it here locally, or am I going to do this kind of stuff, which is more my passion, more what I want to do. So I'll take the sacrifices
Passion.
right now. Passion, yeah. It's I'll take the sacrifices now by not doing the real estate personally, but I'm still involved in real estate investment companies, and I'm still involved in helping real estate investors, coaching them, or building marketing systems for them. So, but I'm spending majority of my time on this stuff here, creating my authority in this industry so that I can help other entrepreneurs. And because I truly group real estate investors, they're just an entrepreneur, they're just a business. But people like to segregate them so much that they almost need their own special attention. Like, it's a very niche segment of entrepreneurism or being a business owner. So I reach them sort of separately, but then I lump a lot of other businesses or entrepreneurs together into using this product or service, because I've pretty much already done something very similar in my real estate space. But people, for whatever reason, they say, oh, that's real estate investing, that's different. It's like real estate investing is not a real business. So building your authority is not really it's not real because you did it as a real estate investor versus doing it as any other type of business. So did that answer your question?
No, well, I'm just yes, but I was just thinking, like, one of my favorite lines I think I ever read. I think it was a Dan Kennedy line about passion. Is in terms of how overrated it is. There's something like, well, my passion is like lying around in my hammock and watching football and drinking beer, but I can't find anyone to pay me for it. So I'm a marketing guy. Something like that.
Yeah, I like I'm right along that line. So it's not that it's not my passion, but I enjoy doing it better than actually going out and meeting homeowners and negotiating on houses. I'd rather help somebody grow their business.
Right.
It's definitely not a passion. I'll take that one back. It's not a passion because I'm like,
nice.
I'm along with Dan Kennedy. I'd rather sit around, drink beer, and shoot the shit than actually work.
Right. It's all about figuring out how not to work.
Yeah. So building stuff to leverage our time and earn an income. So make my money and invest it in real estate where I can get a passive return. That's sort of always been the plan and the mission.
Nice. All right, what else do you want to talk about? Should we make fun of anyone else, or it's your show? I mean, it's your show. I can't give any more than I'm giving.
No, you're doing a great job.
Let's see. Let's recap a little bit. You were a horrible child.
Yeah, I stood in the corner lots. I set the field afire. I've been in multiple accidents. Some my fault, some not my fault.
All your fault.
All my fault. Okay, so
being a good coach is also learning how to teach others to take responsibility.
Take responsibility. Yeah.
What's the funniest or stupidest thing you've ever witnessed in any of these marketing things that you've gone to?
Geez, I don't know. I don't think I can answer that. I don't really remember.
That's fun.
Anything funny or really nothing really stands out. But I'm also terrible for remembering stuff. I go on a lot of sports trips with my brother and my friends, and
where they drive,
they're talking about stuff, and it's like, I don't remember any of this stuff. What are you guys talking about?
Were you blacking it out?
No, because I'm never drunk, and I'm always coherent, but it's not relevant enough for me to remember. They're talking about a play that happened or whatever. It's like, I don't remember. We went and watched the last, Barry Bonds was, we're in San Francisco, and he was going for the home run record and stuff, and, different situations. And it's like, I don't quite remember that, but whatever. I'll agree. If you say so, I'll agree. So anyway, what's the funniest thing for you?
Well, one of the story I was there, but it was out in the lobby. So one of the funniest things I think I ever heard was you ever hear Chris Hendrickson talk about how some kid set up shop to start selling his own stuff like right in front of their registration table?
Yeah, I remember that now.
Remember that story?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and then turned into like a whole argument with all sorts of like middle fingers being thrust at Chris and stuff, and he's like the nicest guy in the world. Yeah.
What was the kid selling?
I think it was, first of all, they hadn't even bought a ticket for it, and it was the mom and like 3 kids, and they had driven like some ungodly distance to get there, and then he was selling like bracelets or something totally, not relevant.
Not, yeah, marketing relevant.
Yeah.
No, I remember that. I remember him telling that story.
That's what
I wasn't there to witness it. Were you actually there to witness it?
I saw it happening. I didn't realize what it was. And then I went, into the conference room or whatever, and then I came back out, and there was like a little altercation. I was like, what the hell was that? And he told me. It was like the funniest. I mean, he handled it really well, but it was the funniest thing. Yeah. But yeah, any type of live event, there's always something weird going on. I think I told you a few hours ago. I do a lot of the same stuff over and over again for my college presentations at libraries and places like that, and I've pretty much heard every question I'll ever get because I've been saying the same thing over and over again for like 7 years. And but this week, someone said, so I'm the mother of 10, and I have a question about, and I'm like, what? Yeah. So that was kind of funny / odd.
So what's the? I was at one event, and it was actually the first large event I went to. It was in Denver. A guy named Greg Habstreet was putting it on. He had a simple wealth formula.
Simple wealth passion?
No.
Passionate wealth?
Trusted authority or something. Trusted authority. So anyway, I went to it, and
Passion Accelerator?
It was like that's what was being promoted because there was so many woo-woo people there. Like, seriously. Not real business people, but so many woo.
Hey, that's offensive.
Why? Because you're a woo-woo person?
Yeah. Can you tell?
Yeah. So
instead of talking about how to get scholarships, let's talk about our feelings first.
So it was like 3 days of that, and he let people like talk because he was going through some of the programs, so people got a chance to openly talk about their whatever, and oh my goodness, they would just drone on and on and on. It was the worst for
people love talking about themselves.
It was actually one of the best conferences because he had so many big name speakers. He had Amish Shaw, he had Eben Pagan, he had Rich Sheffrin, he had Mike Koenigs, Brian Tracy, so many big names all at this one event. Vishen Lakhiani, yeah. It was actually a pretty good event for that part, but all those woo-woo people, it's like, oh God.
Yeah, that's the part of the stuff that I just can't really relate to, and I am ready to admit that I could probably use more of that, but I'm just too cynical as a person, so I'm like, I can't stand it.
No, it's hard to.
But everyone needs the head trip. I mean, I acknowledge that, and like when you're like Mike Koenigs and you've beaten cancer and all that, and you've had these. I mean, I get that.
Yep.
But I haven't, and I just
yeah, we're just not in the place for it in our lives right now, I guess.
Yeah. I'm just like, I just want to make more money. Is that is that okay?
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, I'll help more people. They pay me more money, and life will be good.
Find your passion. Accelerate your passion.
When I've got 7, 8 figures in the bank, then I'll maybe think about something else.
Because everyone who speaks about that stuff has 8 figures in the bank.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Or they have nothing, and that's all they care about.
Again, with a cynicism. Who are you? Shirley, was John always this way when he was growing up?
Yeah.
If you're still
so, I guess we're coming to an end of
What?
Anything Goes Friday. It's
I could do this all night.
So now it's Pearl's not back from her massage yet, so
Well, it's 90 minutes, and then we have my son's football game, so we have to go tailgate, which is,
okay.
of course, frowned upon for school events.
Yeah,
Involves a lot of plastic cups.
better better pound a couple more scotch before you head out.
Football is one of the things I can definitely sit through, but like my kids' plays and all that, you definitely need. I personally, I just can't stand them. I need some sort of substance to help me along.
Yeah, there's depends on the quality of the play, the quality of the talent, I guess.
I can tell you categorically, every one of them is, they happen to be very good plays in the abstract. I'm just not a play guy, but I can't see the same thing over and over again like 5 times.
Oh, you don't just see it do once and then call it a day. They make you to go to every performance.
I don't. Pearl goes to every performance. I will go to at this point I'll go to 2. If they're playing the one role like 5 times, I'll see 2 out of 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, every single performance, I'd be yeah.
It's
When
painful.
the lights go down, just leave, and then when the lights come back on, you're just miraculously already back in your chair.
So the last conversation I had with my 6th grader, Samantha, I was like, "Hey, you were great in that." Because she was the lead, and I don't even know what show it was. And she's like, "Dad, I saw you had your earbuds in." I was like, "I took them out when you were singing." Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's good parenting right there. A lot of therapy is coming up for her.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's it for today's show. So join us next week on the John A. McCabe Show, where webcasts and how he accelerates his authority using webcasts and selling his products and his services.
You're still going to invite me back?
Still going to invite you back. Maybe we'll have you as a semi-regular on Fridays whenever you're got nothing better to do and Pearl leaves you for the day.
That's frequent.
And then Wednesday, my good friend John McCarthy, ex-boxer turned teacher and entrepreneur, gym owner, will be on. And that's all the lineup I have right now. So thanks, everybody, for being on. And please join us again on Monday for another great John A. McCabe Show. So thanks for joining us. And I'm going to transition out as soon as I can make it happen. All right. Thanks, everybody. And thanks, Andy, for being on.
My pleasure.